What's up, everybody? Mr. Smith here, and we're back with some more Blacklight Retribution education, whatever you want to call it. Today we're talking about the HAR, and this is supposed to come out Friday, but the game was down and I was trying to record it, so I just started uploading other shit. It doesn't matter, you got this sexy thing instead on Saturday. And I'm probably going to be awful with the HAR just because I've been using that thing. Like 3.77 recoil, 2.38 recoil. Anyways, this is the heavy assault rifle. It's basically what it says, a heavier assault rifle. This is the primary one that I have built so far. It might look familiar because it's the exact same build that I used on the regular assault rifle. Excuse me. The Aircom Copperhead, the Aircom Elite X3-455. Extended mags because these things are damn necessary. If you use anything else, you're fucking up. 22 rounds in the mag for default since the nerf happened that made it useless before this like revamp system came about. You made it where it was completely and utterly, well, this was the original nerf before the super heavy one. They brought it down to just 22 rounds in the mag. Anyways, this bumps it back up to 30, so it's like a standard mag again. The EX9 Hollow, of course. The Aircom AC-10 Sharp stock because it makes it have the lowest recoil, and a damage weapon tag. I just used Destructoid because it seems to be my favorite one for now. Oh me. And so extended mag is necessary, and you need to keep it at 67 damage. Slightly increases damage. That bumps it up from 68 to 69. It gives it 1 extra damage because that's that magical 3 hit to 200 kill to 200 damage people. And here's the under 21. And it's exactly 67 damage. The Crane SPR1, the Vulcan 1T6, the Vulcan Stalker 1T6, extended mag again because it's level 15 and I can use it. Ha! You didn't trick me this time, game. Ha 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 ha. And the good old OPRL Reflex -2 Hollow because I'm not using a silencer on this class, so you need to use a different scope if you're not using a silencer. It just basically comes down to that because there's too much fucking muzzle flash if you don't. The Torax ACP Mod 0 stock. It seems to be still my second favorite stock. And then a damage weapon tag for sure because if you see, you change it to something that's not, it goes down to 66 damage. So you definitely need it here. And then I'm just using black camo, and I'm using my red character, which is completely irrelevant. But the heavy assault rifle, it is usable again since the weapon revamp. If none of you have used it, it still kicks like a fucking horse, but it's not near as bad as it was. So let's go to loadout 2 here and see how it acts. The hip fire is really good. See? Reload's still nice and fast. You kind of have to, as long as you kind of burst with it, you'll stay on target, that's for sure. Look at this gunfight happening over here between all these bots. Bots, and more bots. The hip fire is still really awesome. 30 round mag, you can't go wrong with that. Yep, see, just tap fire it, you'll pretty much stay on target at range. And it's got the range to pull the shit off as well, so. And this is actually something common that I run around on top of that fence. It's usually a thing that happens. Headshot. You can see this is a really strong weapon again now. It still kicks like a fucking horse, but especially if you go full auto with it. You can kind of pull it down and it'll bounce left or right, and you can usually do alright. But if you want to do better, just tap the bitch. Tap it and be on your merry way, and you can kill lots of people really quickly. An assault rifle that does 67 damage. It used to be my favorite gun in the entire game, but that was back when it was super duper heavily overpowered. Loadout 2 blocks. No, loadout 1. Yeah, loadout 1. There we go. I almost forgot the other one. As you can see, this one looks a little different. It still has some muzzle flash, but it's not as bad as if I was using the EX9. Trust me. I've been testing that out. You could always use, if you like this setup better, you could always use the EOTech, or pretty much whatever scope you wanted, because I know there's a lot of different consistencies in the scopes in this game because some of them are off as far as accuracy goes. but as you can tell, they pretty much act the same. And the hipfire is actually better on this one because of the spread and the dampening parts that I have on it. As you can tell, I'm almost out of ammo again, so be pretty much just switching up weapons every time I have to go through some ammos, because I don't have the ammo thing in my depot because I'm dumb. I get bitched at a lot for that, actually. Not by like subscribers or anything, but by my actual, you know, people I play with regularly. Because they're like, you always have to pick up guns off the ground. Why don't you just put ammo in there? It's like, because I'm kind of comfortable using just about anything. Yeah, I mean, I might not do as well as some guns as I do the ones that I actually built, because they're tailored to me. Just like, this is kind of a basic guide. It isn't like, hey, my setups are awesome, use it. It's learn a little bit. I thought my teammate killed that guy. That's why you don't trust teammates that you don't have on Skype or in a clan with TeamSpeak or Vent or whatever the fuck you guys use, because they will let you down every time. Or 99% of the time anyway. I forgot to switch weapons. And regardless, what was I gonna say about this lovely heavy assault rifle? That it's quite usable again. I'm pretty sure I made that clear. And oh yes, I remember. This isn't me saying that these are the best setups. These are just like showing you basically how the gun reacts to different parts, and a below level 20 setup that I would use with the knowledge that I have now on how everything works, and opposed to like my high level setups that might be a little worse spread wise that I actually like because like it's just the way I like the gun. So you can take these with kind of like a grain of salt, but just, you know, learn how the parts that I use react with the gun compared to them being stock or with your setup. If you like them more, that dude had his back turned in front of me. This dude had his back turned in front of me. Alright? Excuse me. That made perfect fucking sense. I don't think I've ever made better sense in my entire life. But as I was saying, take these and just use them to learn how the guns work, and not as much as I'm trying to be all high and mighty like I have the best shit in the world, when I know I don't. I know people have different tastes, and that's okay. As long as you can realize that if you don't know what the hell you're doing, then as long as you can realize that you can take and just kind of look at the parts that I use and maybe make a decision on how you want to build your base, because usually the lower ones are kind of like trying to stay around the same damage, but they usually have less spread and a tad more recoil because of the parts that aren't, the really recoil dampening parts aren't available to you at below level 20. And I think that's a good place to start, as far as, because it's midway through the levels, and I'm pretty sure I've already explained this before, and I'm just kind of talking about nothing. But alright, back to this heavy assault rifle. The reason why you wanted to get 67 damage is because of that magical 200 damage number that everybody kind of bases their gun builds off of. Alright, don't un-ADS for me. That's perfect. And the reason why that's kind of the base that everybody goes off of instead of a 250 is because it's just like pretty much with any gun you use, except for maybe, well yeah, because it would be like 49. Except for maybe something that's really low, really low, it would just be like one extra bullet normally to kill somebody that's over it, no matter how much they're over it. And if you use nodes, then so let's say this is 67 damage and you wind up at something stuck in the back of my throat. And you, alright? And say you wind up at something like, you know, 67. So, and then you have like, the most common one I use is a 3% normal ammo damage, because fire's annoying with the health injector, but shit happens. If people are going to use what they're going to use, don't complain about it or you look like a cunt. And so that would mean I would end up doing like 68. I think it's just one more damage. So say my regular one's at 69 damage, that means I would end up doing 70. So overall, you'd end up doing, you know, at three shots, you'd end up doing 210 damage instead of just 200. You know, it's just little stuff like that. I recommend like fusing your nodes to do that, but and if any of you guys need a walkthrough on that, I'm more than happy to go through nodes again. They're pretty simple after you see how they work. I know some people get confused by them. But yeah, heavy assault rifle. You need to stay around 67 damage. You want to have it with the lowest recoil now because it kicks like a fucking horse. It kicks a lot less than it used to, but it can still get away from you, like horizontally. It used to just have vertical recoil, and that's what made it so good. I was gonna say, what the fuck are they doing? But yeah, just tap fire, control your recoil, or short bursts is what I do. I don't really tap fire. It's more of this kind of thing. Until it starts kind of going diagonal, because if you sit there, oh, they killed somebody. Never mind. If you sit there and hold it, you look goofy. And shit gets real really quick. And have a rainbow, guys. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Closing thoughts. Control your recoil with that gun. Kicks like a horse. Other than that, you'll be fine. And kill really, really fast again like the old one. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed. And peace out, everybody.